a vast stretch of ocean spanning thousands of square miles, where, for more than a century, stories have emerged that make it seem as if the very laws of nature have been rewritten. Aircraft have disappeared, ships have vanished, and after every one of those incidents, the same question has remained. Is there really an unknown mystery hidden beneath the depths of this ocean? Or has human imagination, misinformation, and fear combined to create one of the world's most talked about mysteries? The Bermuda Triangle, a name that has inspired fear, curiosity, and countless questions all at once. But where does the real truth behind this mystery lie? To find the answer, we have to go back to the events where this legend first began. A commonly described triangular region in the western Atlantic Ocean is generally known as the Bermuda Triangle. There is no official definition or universally recognized boundary for this region. However, it is commonly described as the area of ocean between Miami, Florida, Bermuda, and San Juan, Puerto Rico. Beginning in the mid-20th century, this region became increasingly associated with stories of mysterious disappearances. One of the most widely discussed cases was Flight 19. On December 5, 1945, 5 U.S. Navy training aircraft took off from the Florida coast on a routine training mission. But after some time, they began experiencing communication problems. The pilots reported becoming uncertain of their position. The 5 aircraft never returned. Another rescue aircraft sent to search for them also disappeared. That incident later became one of the most significant events behind the legend of the Bermuda Triangle. But the real question is, were these incidents truly evidence of some unknown force? Or were they the result of weather, technical failures, and human error? But after the Flight 19 incident, the stories that began to emerge transformed the Bermuda Triangle from an ordinary stretch of ocean into one of the world's greatest mysteries. The Bermuda Triangle is not the story of a single person or organization. It is a place, an area of the ocean that has been surrounded by decades of mystery, stories, and debate. Its geographic location is what makes this region unique. It is home to busy shipping lanes, constant commercial maritime traffic, and one of the world's busiest air corridors. But how did an ordinary stretch of ocean become one of the most mysterious names in the world? Behind it were several disappearance cases that gradually became more mysterious as the years went by. In 1964, writer Vincent Gaddis helped popularize the term Bermuda Triangle. From that point on, books, news reports, and popular culture cemented the name in the public imagination. One important point, however, is this. Among the many stories surrounding the mystery of this region, some are based on real events, while others have been exaggerated over time. So the real question becomes, did the Bermuda Triangle earn its reputation because of truly unusual events? Or did stories created by people gradually transform an ordinary place into a symbol of mystery? But when the region's most talked about incidents are examined one by one, a different set of facts begins to emerge. Facts that force us to see the entire mystery from a new perspective. The mystery of the Bermuda Triangle began to grow even larger after the events of 1945. The disappearance of Flight 19 wasn't remembered as just another military accident. It became a story that challenged people's imagination for generations. 5 training aircraft, experienced pilots, clear weather, and yet they never returned. A rescue aircraft sent to search for them also disappeared. The incidents quickly made headlines and sparked widespread media attention. Over time, more reports of missing ships and aircraft gradually became associated with the Bermuda Triangle. But this is where another question begins. Were all of these disappearances truly unusual? Or were separate accidents from different periods gradually grouped together to create one great mystery? because this part of the ocean has always been one of the busiest maritime and aviation corridors in the world. Storms, powerful ocean currents, navigational challenges, and human error could also explain many of these accidents. Even so, the story of the Bermuda Triangle continues to capture people's imagination, because this isn't just about missing ships or aircraft. It's about a much bigger question. Did anything truly happen here that lies beyond the ordinary laws of nature? But when you trace the history behind this mystery, you discover that the reality is every bit as complex as the legend is mysterious. The mystery of the Bermuda Triangle isn't built on a handful of disappearances alone. Behind it lies centuries of maritime history, the real dangers of the open sea, and humanity's enduring fascination with the unknown. For centuries, this region has served as one of the most important routes for sailors crossing the Atlantic. Connecting the Caribbean, the U.S. East Coast, and major Atlantic trade routes, this region carried countless ships every single day. But the ocean has never been easy. Sudden storms, powerful currents, and rapidly changing weather have always been some of the greatest challenges for sailors. Especially in earlier times, before modern navigation technology existed, even a small mistake at sea could lead to a devastating outcome. But over time, as a number of accidents became intertwined with mysterious stories, the Bermuda Triangle gradually took on an identity of its own. People began asking a new question. Was an unknown force really at work here? Or were these incidents driven by ordinary, yet incredibly powerful forces of nature? And to answer that question, we have to go back to the incidents that did more than anything else to shape the legend of the Bermuda Triangle. Among all the incidents linked to the Bermuda Triangle, Flight 19 remains one of the most widely discussed. On December 5, 1945, 5 U.S. Navy TBM Avenger torpedo bombers took off from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on a routine training mission. Leading the formation was experienced flight instructor Lieutenant Charles Taylor. At first, the mission was progressing exactly as planned, but after some time, unusual problems began to appear in their radio communications. The pilots reported that they were becoming uncertain about their location. They believed they were not where they were supposed to be. The situation became even more serious when the pilots reported that their fuel was running low. The Navy quickly launched a search effort to find them, but after that evening, the 5 aircraft never returned. After that, a PBM Mariner rescue aircraft sent to search for them also disappeared. This event was what brought the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle to worldwide attention. However, investigators did not always support supernatural explanations. Many experts believe that navigational confusion, severe weather conditions, and human error could have been possible factors behind this incident. But even after all these years, one question still remains. How did 5 aircraft and a rescue plane disappear in a way that still has no confirmed explanation today? And after Flight 19, when more disappearance cases began to be associated with this region, the Bermuda Triangle became more than just a location. It transformed into a worldwide mystery. In the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle, some small but important details often remain overlooked. In the case of Flight 19, records suggest that the pilots faced difficulties determining their exact position. According to experts, navigation errors over open water, changing weather conditions, and limited technology may have played a major role. Another important factor is that a large number of ships and aircraft travel through this region. So, explaining the number of accidents only through mystery is difficult. However, there were still some cases that left people with unanswered questions, because in many situations, even after the disappearances, the complete truth was never discovered. But when researchers began analyzing all of these incidents together, a different picture started to emerge behind the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle. While investigating the Bermuda Triangle, researchers noticed an important detail. The stories surrounding many incidents in this region changed over time. Some incidents were based on real events, but over time, exaggerated details were added to some of those stories. By analyzing ship records, weather data, and military documents, researchers found that many disappearances may have had ordinary explanations behind them. Severe weather conditions, mechanical failures, human error, and the unpredictable nature of the vast ocean. However, not every question has been answered. The fate of some ships and aircraft still remains unknown today, and these incomplete stories are exactly what have kept the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle alive. But when the real evidence is placed side by side with the popular theories, an even bigger question emerges. Is the Bermuda Triangle truly a mystery, or is it a legend created by human imagination? Over the years, countless theories have emerged surrounding the Bermuda Triangle. Verified facts. Some ships and aircraft have disappeared in this region. However, there is no evidence that all of these incidents are connected to a single unknown force. Evidence-based explanations. Many experts believe that storms, massive waves, powerful ocean currents, navigation problems, and mechanical failures could be possible causes behind many incidents. Expert opinions. Some researchers believe that a large part of the Bermuda Triangle mystery was created by incomplete information and humanity's natural fascination with the unknown. Theories and speculation. On the other hand, some have suggested magnetic anomalies, unknown natural forces, or other mysterious explanations. However, strong scientific evidence supporting these claims has not been found. The most important thing is that, in the story of the Bermuda Triangle, real events and elements of imagination have become mixed together, and this combination is what created one of the world's most famous mysteries. But beyond all the theories, one question still remains. Is the greatest mystery of the Bermuda Triangle truly hidden deep within the ocean, or was it created within the human mind? The biggest mystery of the Bermuda Triangle is this. Did something truly happen here that has never been seen in any other ocean region on Earth? Because on one side, there are real cases of missing ships and aircraft. On the other side, there are countless stories that do not have strong evidence supporting them. This is where the biggest debate remains. Is the fear and mystery surrounding the Bermuda Triangle the result of truly unusual events? Or did a few accidents become a legend simply because they were repeated and retold over time? Research has shown that the number of ships and aircraft traveling through this region is very high. Therefore, the possibility of accidents naturally exists as well. Yet, some incidents continue to capture people's curiosity even today, because the answers to certain questions have been lost over time. But after analyzing all the evidence, research, and theories, what is the true identity of the Bermuda Triangle? Is it a genuine mystery or simply a powerful myth? When the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle is analyzed, one thing becomes clear. It is neither completely a myth nor a completely unknown mystery. Some disappearance incidents did truly happen. However, no evidence of any supernatural force behind those incidents has ever been found. The most widely accepted explanation is that natural conditions, technological limitations, and human error played important roles behind many of these incidents. The vast ocean, rapidly changing weather conditions, and difficult navigation challenges have caused many accidents in the past. However, it is also true that some incidents still cannot be completely explained, and that is where the fascination of the Bermuda Triangle remains. Perhaps a large part of the mystery was created by human imagination, but some unanswered questions still remain today, because throughout history, there are stories where the boundary between truth and legend becomes unclear. And the Bermuda Triangle is exactly such a story, where new questions begin before the final answers are ever found. The story of the Bermuda Triangle is not just about missing ships or lost aircraft. It is a story about humanity's effort to understand the unknown. Some incidents remind us that the ocean still holds many mysteries within its depths. Other incidents show how, sometimes, a story can grow into a much larger legend over time. Perhaps there is no unknown force behind the Bermuda Triangle. Perhaps there is only the vastness of nature, the limitations of humanity, and a few unanswered questions. But one question still remains. Will the true story behind the incidents whose final chapters we never discovered ever be revealed one day? What do you think? The Bermuda Triangle, mystery or myth? Don't forget to share your opinion in the comments. Because sometimes history does not lose its answers. It simply hides them away from our eyes. And those hidden stories are the ones we uncover.